Hey, good afternoon. This is Christy. I thought I would share a project that I am starting. I've never done something like this before, and want to stay up front that this is not a sponsored video series, but I am going to attempt to make my own quilted sneakers. A lot of people have been doing it lately. I found a kit through Shoemakers Academy. I can add the link. Again, not sponsored. I've purchased all of these materials out of my own dollars, so I will give you my unbiased opinion as to how this whole process goes. But so what I got a kit that comes with, purchased their book, has instructions, talks about all the different materials I'm going to need. I went ahead and bought shoe lasts because, well, let's hope I'm not just stocking my sewing room with more unusable supplies. But I actually have grand plans that I think I might make more than one pair of shoes if all goes well. We'll see how this goes. The kit also comes with a pair of soles, so nice rubber soles. It has the pattern. This particular kit comes with the pattern kind of pre-cut out of like a kind of stiff plastic. So I will be using that. It had two different styles and looks like it'll make a couple different versions of shoes. This one was all pre-cut in my size, or at least as close as I could get to my size. I bought the women's size 9 kit. I normally wear an 8.5, but they didn't have an 8.5, so fingers crossed that it's not too big or too long on me, but we'll see. Other things that came in the kit, I'm still trying to make sure I know where everything goes. This is foam. I believe this goes in the part of the insole, like the cushion inside your shoe. I believe this is what they call the lasting board. This will go in between the sole and the inside of the shoe. It's kind of stiff, so it'll make the soles firmer. These are just kind of rubber. There's also the other materials. There's a bunch more materials in here. I think in this bag is what they call, there's a couple different kinds of stiffeners, including ones to stiffen the heel and the toe. And then there's a couple of sheets of this kind of lining. It's got like a poly mesh to it, foam, sticky back. So I think on mine, that's going to be the inside of the shoe. And then what I've chosen so far for colors, I have this print that I really love. Got the Tula Pink one. It's from her, I forget what it's called, the dinosaur line. See, it actually has like these pterodactyls on it, which are funny. I'm not really a dinosaur person necessarily, but I love the colors. It's like a gray background and these bright colors. So I'm going to use that for the main print for the outside of my shoes. And then I grabbed a nice pretty lavender for like bias trim around the edges of the sneakers. See if I can find, there were some pictures in here that showed kind of where things go. Maybe here, kind of like on this blue one. So that purple would be like that trim around the parts. And I'm debating on I think the toe is actually going to be the Tula Pink. I think it's going to be the purple is mostly going to be the trim. And because I think that white mesh will be on the inside. So I don't think I will have purple visible on the inside of the shoe. I need to look. So, and then the other things that I'm using, this is Soft and Stable, or maybe a generic alternative, but it's in my Soft and Stable bag. So I'm going to use that for the batting in the quilted shoes. And obviously the fabric didn't come in the kit. Other things that came in the kit, because I got their extended kit, whatever that's called. Because I could not turn down a whole bunch of tools. So this one came with eyelets and tools for setting the eyelets. That's for setting the eyelets. A bunch of needles that will be handy. There's like a hole punch. And then there's actually some like stitching chisels. So, which I forget whether I will need the stitching chisels with this kit, or if I would need those to do another one out of leather. And I actually have some scraps of leather that I purchased that this would be a great second follow-up kit. So this came with the kit with the supplies. I added on the shoe last. That'll help me form the toes and the heels. And if I make more shoes, it'll help me like form the leather of the shoes. And the other thing I picked up just from local hardware store and then online, I picked up some all-purpose cement. I think it comes in bigger canisters, but this looked like plenty to get me started for this. And some really cheap disposable brushes. Yeah, so I think that's where I am. I think my first step now is to quilt up my fabric. Yep, so I might take some video of how that's going, but I'm just going to do some straight line quilting, probably in a matching kind of silver threads. That I want these first ones to be just, you know, focus on the construction rather than on the decoration. So anyway, wish me luck.